Welcome to Behind the Scenes, presented by Vancouver Cantonese Opera. Cantonese opera is a traditional art form involving music, singing, acting, martial arts, and acrobatics. It is popular in the southern regions of China. Cantonese opera is one of the most popular performing arts in Hong Kong. It was officially inscribed onto the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity in 2009. In order to enjoy the opera, you need to have some knowledge on costumes, makeup, music, movements, etc. Before each performance on stage, hours of practice are involved. Singing rehearsals, synchronizing acrobatic moves and acting, helpers and volunteers ironing out individual sets of costumes, sorting headsets and props for each set, putting on makeup and headsets on the night of the performance. Maybe time for one last rehearsal of the dance move on stage. Sharing a meal together before the curtain goes up. Our largest production involved 65 participants. Actors putting on the different layers of undergarments and the microphone before the outer garments. Dressing up could take up to 3 helpers to each actor. Having a joke to ease the tension. Last but not least, the prep involves the perfect stage setup, lighting, and sound checks, and the actors are waiting at the wing called the Tiger Path Gate for their turn to make their entrance. There are 2 main types of play, Mo and Mun. The Mo play features action-oriented stories using martial arts and acrobatic skills. The actors have to master acrobatic and gymnastic skills in their daily practice, as well as the precision and hand-eye coordination in the use of real weapons. Mun play tends to be more intellectual and dramatic, using softer movements with fewer actions. This is a classic water sleeves dance. The use of water sleeves is very much part of the Mun play. The sleeves are double white silk sleeves attached to the cuffs of a costume. The different ways the actor moves and swings the sleeves express different emotions, such as sadness, shyness, fear, anger, flirtation, etc. This is a basic technique that all Cantonese opera actors must master. The use of finely stylized hand movements are symbolic and suggestive of the emotions of the actors. This is one of the 5 essential techniques to master in Cantonese opera, in synchronization with eyes, body movements, the feet, and the types of walking. Mo plays are action-packed and intricately choreographed, often using weapons. Here is a scene of a warrior demonstrating the skills of combat with 2 sabers against a double head spear. He is wearing a xiukou, which is a costume worn by a general. It has a number of layers and tied at the waist. The pheasant feathers on his helmet symbolize strength and courage. The techniques take years of training and practice to achieve. Man plays tend to be dramatic and the movements are soft and slow. This is an excerpt from the opera Reunion at the Moon Pavilion, a Vancouver Cantonese opera production in 2016. This is the scene two perfect strangers at their first encounter during the wartime. They were caught in a thunderstorm. The actors swing their water sleeves in a fast and desperate movement to portray their efforts in fending off the storm. All the while, they can't help feeling the strong attraction for each other. And finally, surrender to seeking shelter from a single umbrella, keenly aware of the barriers of social etiquette. Hmong plays are intellectual and cultured. Performers show off their emotions by their facial expressions, the tone of voice, the sequence of movements, and their water sleeves. Rosa Chang, artistic director of Vancouver Cantonese Opera, plays the part of the heroine. He Wei-ling, a well-known actor from Hong Kong, plays the male lead. There are 6 set roles in Cantonese opera. Man Mo Sang, leading male role, the clean-shaven scholar warrior, sing with a normal voice, good at acrobatics and martial arts. Fa Dan, leading female role, sing with a falsetto voice, can be a young belle or married woman, known for graceful steps and delicate movements. Also need to be skillful with weapons. Xiu Sang, supporting male role, sing in normal voice, good at martial arts and acrobatics. Yi Fa, supporting female role, also sing with falsetto voice. Her movements are also graceful and delicate. Tao Sang, translates to a clown, includes both male and female, sing in normal voice and speak in colloquial language, can be a comic character or a villain. Style of makeup is different. Mo Sang, a bearded male warrior, skilled in acrobatics and martial arts, capable to use a wide range of weaponry. The musical instruments in Cantonese opera is influenced by both Western and Eastern culture, mainly divided into winds, strings, and percussions. Examples of the winds and strings are gawu, which leads the orchestra, yangqing, like a xylophone with strings, pipa, a Chinese lute, dizi, a bamboo flute, cello, adopted from Western music, and yuan, like a bass guitar. The use of strings and wind instruments is an integral part of a man play, where the music complements the actor's movements and singing. It is melodic, soft, and expressive. The musicians on the left play the gawu and erwu. These are two-stringed, bowed instruments. It takes exceptional skills to play beautiful music with just 2 strings. Yangqing is in the middle. The sounds come from the strings being struck with 2 lightweight bamboo beaters. On her left is the yuan, the bass guitar. Dizi, the bamboo flute, is on the farthest right. Percussion instruments control the overall rhythm and pace of the music. They include many different sizes of drums, cymbals, gongs, and Suna, a double-reeded horn. It is said that percussion defines the heartbeat of the opera. Here is a typical performance of percussion using drums, cymbals, gongs, and suna in a grand scale. You can easily picture the inherent ceremonial and grandiose meaning, either for a palatial scene or in a combat sequence. Cantonese opera makeup is stylized, a long and specialized process. Each role has its own style of makeup. In white and red face makeup, the foundation is white. Red creamy paint is applied to the eyes and cheeks. Eyes and eyebrows are dark, elongated and slanting towards the temple. Lipstick is scarlet. A makeup demonstration. Her hair is pulled back from her face. A creamy white foundation is spread on the cheeks and forehead with a sponge, from the top edge of the forehead to under the chin, and from ear to ear. Every little crease is covered carefully. A creamy red blusher is applied on her cheeks, eyelids, and both sides of her nose. White face powder is applied loosely all over the face to set the color. Touch up the red with red face powder with a brush. The red is stronger from the side and gradually fading towards the nose. This gives the face a more sculpted look. False eyelashes are applied. Outline the eyes with the black eyeliner to form phoenix eyes, slightly slanting upwards towards the temples. Eyeshadow is applied to shape and accentuate the eyes. Loose powder is brushed away. Dark eyebrows are carefully painted on. Notice they are quite thick. They are elongated and slightly slanted towards the temples. Mascara is applied. The lips are outlined with a lip brush. Bright red lip color is carefully painted on. The finished look must be bright, strong, and exaggerated to be effective under the bright stage lighting. We'll show you a hair demonstration. Her hair is secured in a hairnet, which is secured by many ribbons. Hair fringe strips are glued to the forehead. The glue used is from natural tree barks. Hair fringes made of real human hair are preferred. Hair fringe strips are also glued to the sides of her face, a very critical step to achieve the desired oval shape. Many strips of ribbons are tied around the head to firmly secure these hair fringes. A hairpiece is then secured on the back of the actress's head with ribbons and hairpins. Her hair is then adorned with jewels, pearls, precious stones, etc., according to the character she plays. Very often, these hair ornaments are handmade, very labor-intensive. As you can see, she needs at least one helper for this process, preferably two, to make it perfect. Let's see what character she is playing. A young mistress from a well-to-do family. Hoi Min makeup literally translates to open face. Each character's makeup has its own distinct characteristics with symbolic patterns and coloration. This actor is putting on his Hoi Min makeup. He uses a lot of white, black, and red. His technique is very free-flowing, yet the design is quite elaborate. Examples of Hoi Min makeup are the superhero Monkey King, the immortal who has the sole right of using the color of gold on his face. Cantonese opera costumes are based on those of the Ming Dynasty, indicate the character and status of each role. This is the mong, which is a formal costume worn by court officials. The hoop around the waist is called gok dai and is a symbol of authority. Rosa Chang in her mong, a formal dress worn by a queen or a royal princess. The gown is richly embroidered. The headdress is set with jewels and precious stones. Hoi Ching is a simple long robe with wide sleeves and water sleeves, worn by a scholar. This is Xiu Gu Zhong, which is a simple blouse and skirt tied at the waist, usually worn by a maiden. Here we have the male daikao, symbolizing the armor a general wears. The two pheasant feathers on the headdress is a symbol of strength. The pennants on the back serve as the general's seal or official signatures. Rosa in her daikao, both are symbols of authority and high ranking, as shown by the very elaborate designs.